Okay, so let's get into this. We're doing a deep dive today into a blog post from Hacking the Matrix.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's called The Power of Attraction, Why Your Energy Shapes Everything. And, it starts right off hitting on something I think loads of people feel.
What's that?
That feeling of just being tired, tired of chasing things.
Mhm.
Could be love, money, success, even just like peace.
Right, the constant effort, pushing, working harder.
Exactly, pushing, forcing, but maybe you're just not seeing the results you thought you would.
That's a really familiar feeling for a lot of us, I think. The hustle that doesn't quite pay off.
Totally. And this piece, it sort of flips that. It asks, maybe the problem isn't that you're doing too little.
Okay.
Maybe it's that you're doing too much of the wrong thing.
Oh, interesting. Too much of the wrong thing.
Mm,
That's quite a statement. It suggests our whole approach might be off track somehow.
precisely. And the core idea here, the real nugget, is that, well, the source says you were born with this power, the power of attraction.
Okay, the law of attraction concept, basically.
Kind of, but their specific take. They say you've been using it all along, maybe without realizing it. But the big question is, are you using it to attract what you actually want?
Or attract to what you fear.
Exactly. That's the critical distinction they make. Where is your energy really focused? On the desire or the underlying fear?
That makes sense. It's about the subconscious signal, perhaps.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack what this blog post means by this power of attraction.
Right. Get specific. What is it? What isn't it? According to them.
Yeah, how does it supposedly work? And maybe most importantly, what practical steps does the author suggest we can actually, do?
Okay, sounds good. Where do we start?
Well, first off, the source is pretty clear about what this power of attraction is not.
Good place to start. Clearing up misconceptions.
Yeah. They say it's not about manipulating people or situations. It's not some trick you play on the universe.
Okay, so not scheming or forcing things.
Right. And it's not just like acting confident when you're actually terrified inside, or just writing stuff on a vision board and waiting for magic.
So it pushes back against the more maybe superficial takes on manifestation.
I think so, yeah. It seems to be aiming deeper than just performance or wishful thinking.
So if it's not those things, what is it, according to this post?
Well, they describe it as being about resonance, about, and I like this phrase, who you are when no one's watching.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Your authentic self, your private state.
Yeah, the vibration you hold, when you first wake up, the stories you really believe about yourself, about life, especially when things are tough.
Resonance, who you are when no one's watching. That really points inward, doesn't it? It's suggesting your genuine internal landscape is the broadcast station.
Exactly. And the key point they make here is you attract with your energy, not your mouth.
Meaning,
Yeah.
what you say you want doesn't matter as much as what you feel or believe.
That seems to be the idea. The article suggests people, opportunities, money. They show up not primarily because you hustle harder or give a great pitch.
But because they feel your frequency, your underlying vibe.
Yeah, your energy. That's what draws things in, according to this perspective.
Attracting with energy, not your mouth.
Hmm.
That certainly challenges the standard advice about just working harder and talking faster.
It really does. It shifts the whole focus from external action to internal state.
Absolutely. It implies your energetic signature is constantly sending out signals, and life, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is responding to that maybe more than your to-do list.
And that leads directly into their next point. You attract what you're truly ready for.
Ah, ready for. Not just what you say you want on the surface.
Exactly. This is where they say the disconnect often happens. You might consciously say, I want love.
Right.
But the author suggests if deep down you're actually terrified of intimacy or maybe vulnerability,
Then that fear is the dominant signal. That's what you're ready for, energetically speaking.
that seems to be the argument. Or wanting abundance, but carrying a core belief that you're somehow unworthy or that money is bad.
So that underlying belief system defines your actual readiness, overriding the conscious wish.
Yeah, the article gives examples like wanting freedom but always choosing the safe, familiar option, even if it feels limiting. That choice reveals your readiness for safety over freedom.
So there's an internal conflict creating, like, static. Or a mixed message being sent out.
Kind of. And the piece emphasizes that this readiness isn't some goal you achieve in the future. It's a state of being right now.
Okay, so it's not about striving to become ready someday. It's about what state you're inhabiting now. your current mix of beliefs and feelings.
Precisely. Which suggests that becoming ready is the actual work. It's the core of attraction itself.
Which naturally leads to the idea that becoming magnetic, as they call it, is really an inside job.
Exactly. This part's all about looking inward.
Self-reflection time.
Totally. The author poses some quite direct questions. Things like, do I speak kindly to myself? Like, really?
Good question.
Do I genuinely believe deep down that life supports me? Or do I feel like I always have to struggle? And this one's interesting. When other people get what I want, do I celebrate them? Or do I feel that pang of resentment or envy?
Ooh, that's a revealing one. And what about gratitude versus complaint?
Yeah, that's in there too. Am I generally living from a place of gratitude for what I have? Or am I mostly focused on what's missing, what's wrong?
And crucially, the author says the answers aren't about judging yourself, right?
Right. They're not meant to make you feel bad. They're just information. They show you the inner stories you're telling, the vibration you're putting out there, probably unconsciously.
They illuminate your current state of being.
Exactly. And the mechanism they describe for change is, well, it's quite profound. They suggest that every time you do that internal work,
Like what?
like healing an old emotional wound, maybe finally forgiving someone or yourself for something in the past, or consciously shifting a limiting belief you've identified. Each time you do that, it actually literally raises your energetic frequency.
And the universe, or reality, responds to that new, higher frequency signal.
That's the idea. It responds to the change in you.
So the core message is, stop chasing things out there. Instead, become an energetic match for them in here.
Yes, it totally flips the script on effort. It's not about more outward striving. It's about deeper inward alignment.
That is a significant reframing. Okay, so if that's the theory, how do you actually do that? The source doesn't just leave us hanging, right?
No, definitely not. It offers 3 pretty practical ways to start, well, maybe not activating the power, but aligning with it.
Okay, practical steps. Let's hear them.
First one, a daily alignment check-in.
Sounds simple enough.
It is. The idea is, first thing in the morning, ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Calm, energized, peaceful, joyful, whatever it is.
Okay, identify the desired feeling.
Yeah. And then this is the key part. Do one small thing that helps you feel that way before you grab your phone or check your emails.
So setting your internal state first before the outside world rushes in.
Exactly. Like if you want to feel calm, maybe you meditate for 5 minutes. Or just sip your tea slowly by the window. If you want to feel energized, maybe put on some music and dance for one song.
A conscious choice to anchor that feeling early. I like that.